Hey, welcome back to another Marvel Champion stream, but today is a special one. We already see Josh in the chat because we got an announcement. We have Storm was announced earlier today, and since I normally do not stream on Thursdays, I would typically make a video about this, but I have a lot going on and I'm not going to be able to make it into a video, and so I figured we'd just do a first look. So I haven't looked at any of this stuff, and I figured we'd just go through it together and see how it's going. But start us out, Josh. How are you doing? Ride on the winds of the storm, let the mists rise, and other pretentious sounding quotes from the X-Men cartoon. I love it. I love it. She looks sick. Some of my favorite art in Marvel is surrounding Storm. I think that they did just a really cool job with the whole lightning aesthetic and everything. So I'm really excited for this. And we are going to, what we're doing today is we're going to go through, do a first look at this, talk about kind of what the cards look like and what I'm excited for. And hopefully there's nothing that I am not excited for, but kind of a raw version of what we normally do for these hero previews. So the hero previews, I do a lot of research, and this is just going to be off the cuff. Let's see how it goes. Josh is doing great. So excited. Yeah, awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Thursdays can become some of the most interesting and fun days, especially when there is a new hero announcement. Hey, Boots Peppercorn, love your channel. Thank you so much. Happy to have you here. Thanks for being a first-time chatter. Are you excited for Storm? Have you seen anything about Storm? It was released like 2 hours ago. I think they typically release them around 11 o'clock. That's usually when I go and start scrounging the internet on Thursdays for more information. But let me fix my chat. My chat seems to not be working correctly. So we're just gonna crop like this. We're just gonna boom. Look at that. That's super easy. I love that. Okay, so we're going to take a look at Storm. We're going to then flip over to the table over here, and we're going to be playing through 4 games with Miss Marvel. So 4 full games of Miss Marvel with one through each of the aspects. It's going to be another one of these hero spotlights, and then there'll be a video out later to talk about it. But let's dive into Storm. Let's see what Storm's got going for us. Boots Peppercorn, oh yeah, she's going to be amazing. Her mechanics feel very thematic. I love it when the mechanics and theme have a successful marriage like that. Okay, so Storm, Aurora Monroe left her life behind when she answered Charles Xavier call for help. Now she uses her powers to defend mutants around the world as one of the mighty X-Men, Storm. So we got the new hero pack. Oh, nope, don't want to do that. The Mighty Mutant soars into battle with the expansion pack, which introduces Storm as a new playable hero. Oh, look at this art. That's so sweet. Oh my gosh, I love this. I love this already. So as her name would, let's just kind of get into the nitty gritty of it. As her name would suggest, Storm's powers allow her to control the weather. Yeah, that's kind of what she does. To represent this, she comes with her own special secondary deck, the weather deck. Okay, so this is kind of the second time we've seen this. We saw this with the invocation deck with Doctor Strange, and there isn't. Yeah, so this is the second time that they did it. So we'll see, because Doctor Strange, they pulled it off a little bit too well, I think. I think that was pretty powerful. And so I'm glad that they are adding another hero to kind of play with that mechanic, because I think that that's really important, or a really cool way to do that. So she's got a 3 recovery, which is pretty standard, or maybe even a little bit below what we've seen, especially when we've seen like Wolverine with 6 and Spider-Man with 5. So she starts the game with the weather deck. Okay, yep. And then feel a storm coming, set up shoes and support from the weather deck and put it into play. Okay, sounds good. So we're probably going to be cycling through some of these. Storm has a pretty subpar stat line, which probably means she's going to be really OP. So we got a 1-2-1 stat line, and as an action in her hero form, swap weather supports in play with another from the weather deck. Resolve a special ability on the... Ooh, okay, so as it's coming in and changing, you get different... That's cool. Different abilities. She has a hand size of 6'5", hit points of 10, super standard all the way there. Mutant on Alter Ego's side, and X-Men X-Men traded on her hero side. Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, so allows you to choose one of the 4 weather supports and put it into play. Each weather card has an effect that applies to all oh, this is gonna be cool. Feels very much like the City Streets, or what is that modular set with all of the different environments? Streets of Mayhem? I think it's Streets of Mayhem, where they kind of just changed the game. So, oh, that'd be really cool. I hope that's and a special ability that can be triggered by card effect. She seems very universal. That sounds cool. You can use weather control to swap weather cards and play and resolve its special ability once per round. Okay, that's hers. As for the weather cards themselves, let's get in. So Clear Skies. So permanent, each character gains Stalwart, and as a special you can draw 1 card. Okay, I like that. I also like this. Streets of Mayhem, thank you very much, Josh. I appreciate it. Yeah, so this is interesting. So Stalwart means that you cannot be stunned or confused, which is a big boon to some of the villains, but it's also kind of interesting because we've seen a lot of villains now that have Stalwart. And so if you run this, you are not beefing the villain at that point. You're just beefing yourself. Because they already have the villains. It does kind of help with the minions a little bit, but also if you just don't build around, if you're going to be building for a Clear Skies deck, just don't build in Stun and Confused. And I'm kind of thinking solo here, or if you know you're the other heroes at the table, I mean, you should be fine. Special to draw a card, really strong there. Hurricane. Oh, that's fun art. Look at that. Each character gains Retaliate 1. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. Interesting. Josh, don't mind me just living 90 seconds in the past. No worries. Yeah, no worries. I still appreciate it. So each character gains Retaliate 1. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. Okay. Oops, that's not the right button. We've got Thunderstorm. Permanent. Each character gets +1 attack, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Okay, now this gets insane, especially because you can swap in. So you can do that once per turn. So it's similar to changing forms, but you can swap in for like the big kill, right? So I'm thinking back to our 4-player game that we were running against mutagen formula, where we had to do like 80 some damage in 1 turn. Thunderstorm would have been incredible for that, especially now that we've seen cards like Quick Strike and we've seen cards that play off of your attack, like the best defense and everything. This card can really start to set up some strategies, and I love the fact that this is for every character on the table. I think that's super cool. It's like, it's a little bit, we'll see about how it plays in solo, but I think in multiplayer this card is going to be sweet, or this hero is going to be so cool. So that was 3. They said that there's 4. Blizzard. Uh-oh. What is happening? Oh, it's a car covered in snow. Each character gets -1 attack. Okay. Choose a non-elite minion until the end of the round. Treat that minion's... This one seems super strong. This one seems really, really solid right here. Especially if you're building around, like, characters who aren't going off attacks and they're getting all of their damage output from events, right? So I'm thinking Miss Marvel over here that I'm about to play here in a couple minutes. Miss Marvel would love to have this support out here. She's never using her basic attack, and she gets all of her damage from this, or gets all of her damage from events, and then you are just giving the villain -1 attack. So that, I mean, that's incredible. Boots Peppercorn. Imagine comboing Thunderstorm with Cyclops' tactics card that makes every attack do +1. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's gonna be a really cool team up. Oh yeah. Okay, so you can combo that +1 damage, and then you can do... Quicksilver loves this. I mean, Quicksilver, Storm, then Cyclops. Quicksilver swing for, he runs aggression. Thunderstorm's out there, Cyclops is out there with the tactics card that does a +1 damage. Quicksilver all of a sudden is doing 15-20 damage, which is not unheard of for Quicksilver at all, but that seems like a really fun combo. Oh, oops. Okay, let's see. We got Blizzard. So those were our 4 weather cards. Those seemed a lot more interesting in a balanced sense than the invocation deck. So I think the invocation deck is better and has a little bit more, but I feel like this seems a little bit more interesting as a player. Depending on the situation, you'll likely be switching from one weather card to another with the help of Weather Goddess. Okay, so it's a 0 cost event, super power traded. Swap your weather support in play with a support of your choice from the weather deck. Resolve its special ability on your that's super solid, because that's a 0 for 2 threat removal if nothing else. Speaking of Cyclops, wait till you get to the blue cards. Oh, she's a leadership. She comes with a leadership precon. Interesting. Okay. Oh, cool. So I think leadership in X-Men is going to be significantly more interesting because of Cyclops. Right? Just having Cyclops being able to take any X-Men trait or X-Men ally is just going to be super interesting. Yeah, so Weather Goddess feels really solid. You can swap with Weather Goddess, swap right back with whatever her weather controller, and so you can manipulate the battlefield and basically give everybody what they need win. She seems really good. I wonder how many copies of this we're getting. My guess would be 3, and I'm hoping we get 3 because this seems really key to her strategy, and I don't want it to become like a Spectrum where you feel stuck in your energy form and you feel I guess like you can swap it with your hero form, where Spectrum you needed to roll down in order to do it. So yeah, I mean that seems really good. It'd still be really nice to have 3 of these just to trigger those supports. You could just replenish this if you go 0 back to clear weather, right? Because you draw a card at that point. That's cool. That's super cool. Okay, what's next? Storm's Crown. Storm gets +1 thwart. Okay, so she gets up to a 2/2/1. Still a subpar stat line. Exhaust Storm's Crown. Generate the printed resource on your weather support. Okay. Yep, that's really solid. So I'm guessing we have 1 of each. Yep, wild, physical, lightning, and then mental. It's kind of interesting that like Blizzard seems very good for a protection, right? Because if you're going like a perfect defense and everything and you're trying to not take damage, I would like this to be a lightning resource, but here we are. But I mean, resource generator for 2 plus a thwart. Like this card is one of the stronger cards just from a mathematical standpoint we've seen, right? Heroic Intuition's 2 and it doesn't even have this bottom part of the text. Or like you can take this out. What is she feels so similar to Spectrum almost, like not necessarily, but just like the way that her cards are manipulating. And with this, but Spectrum had a card like that. I don't play Spectrum a lot, so I can't remember the card right now, but that was Josh will chime in probably, he always knows. But yeah, okay, so Storm's Crown, and her cape is +1 defense. Okay, so that gets her up to, oh, and this is a 3. Okay, so that gets her up to a 2/2/2 stat line. She gets +1 and gains the aerial trait. Okay, so if we get aerial is getting so much love with some of these new cards that have been printed, like Dive Bomb and just all the other ones that are not coming to mind right now. But we're getting a lot of love with the aerial trait, and if we can start getting heroes like with Storm with aerial, that just unlocks a whole nother set of cards that she can play with. After you resolve the special ability on your weather cape, exhaust Storm's cape and ready Storm. Oh, that's beautiful. That's gonna be a really fun defense or protection play. That's gonna be a really fun protection play because that gives you the ready that you need. And then she's at a 2/2/2 if she has her crown and her cape. That's cool. That's Speed of Light. Thank you, Josh. The Speed of Light's the one that changes. What's her resource generator? I think she has a resource generator that you exhaust and generate the printed resource of whatever her current form is. And I think that's a 2-cost card, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, that's Hall of Bjorn. Hall of Heroes is what we need. We can find it. We can do it. I love you upgrade cards that allow you to exhaust right. Yes, That hey Peace, no, how's it going? Welcome. Yes, that is really cool. We've seen that with like Warlock. We've seen that with a couple of other heroes. Strange has that as well, and it's energy duplication. Yes, that is yes. Thank you. I love that because it's a way to make them stronger without making it super OP and putting it on the table to start us out with. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Mad Titan Shadow player cards. But I believe energy duplication is the 2 cost, and she has 2 of them. She does have 2 of them. So I wonder if I doubt we'll see. No, we won't see 2 crowns. It's unique. Hey Maddie. Yes, a new hero has been announced. It is Storm, and she looks so freaking cool. She looks really, really cool. She puts environments into play that affect every single character on the table. So like Hurricane, everyone gets Retaliate 1, and then she has abilities or ways that she can hit this special. Also, Hurricane would be really solid for a protection build because you can get Retaliates out the wazoo. She would be kind of fun to see if you can go a full protection. Like if you can run a full protection, like a 2 to 4 player protection builds, that'd be fun. Just go Retaliate. Venom hates her. Venom, the villain hates her, because if everyone has Retaliate and that bell is ringing, then you are getting that's a Retaliate too. Okay, so both boost her stats and interact with weather cards to give her resources or ready her respectively. Cards like Torrential Rain, 2 cost, remove 3 threat among schemes. If Hurricane is in play, resolve a special ability, and Hurricane was the 2 threat. Yep. So remove 3 threat from among schemes in play. So it's a 2 for 3, which is really bad, like cost wise. It's a 2 cost, a 3 effective cost for 3 threat removal, or a 3 for 5, which is right there in line. I don't love this card. I don't think well, okay, so what I do like about it is it's among schemes in play. So you're not hitting a scheme for 3. You're moving, you're spreading that out. So in that case, there is a little bit of information to be, I don't know. It's maybe it seems like 1 would be too cheap, 2 is a little bit too expensive. It feels right there on that cusp of where it could be. It's another superpower traded. So let's see, we got Weather Goddess, which is a 0 cost card. Superpower item. Okay, so superpower depends on how many we got, but seems like Death Focus may be in play here. Josh, maybe she'll have a +1 attack one that has a resource. Oh yeah, she goes to a 2/3/2. Interesting. Are you saying that because you've seen it, or are you saying that because it hasn't been announced yet and I'm just haven't gotten into it? Love how our Thunderstorm gives everyone +1 attack, including the villain. Yes. Troll potentially decently high there. Yeah, and then I was talking like Blizzard gives everyone -1 attack, which can be really interesting if you are getting all of your damage from events, right? If you're not an attacker, then this is a really solid one. And then you have this Vivian-esque special ability. It's really cool. And I, again, like with this ability, weather control, being able to swap those out as you want, as you like are looking at them, is way that I think they learned from Spectrum in that sense. No, just speculating. She might have 2 resource upgrades. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay, so we got Cape, Torrential Rain, and Flash Freeze. I'm guessing this is a Blizzard one. Okay, so this is a defense card. I love defense in the core, or in the hero set, and it's super powered, so Death Focus is in play, because Death Focus is an action, so I don't think that this would actually work. When the villain attacks you, the villain and each minion engaged with you gets -3 attack when attacking. When the villain and each minion engaged with you gets -3 attack while attacking, if Blizzard, that's insane. That is crazy. Look at that. Like, because if you watched the game that Steve and I played last night, like Steve at some points was having like 5 to 6 like minions engaged with them, and we have events that will do that. Oh my goodness. And most minions are not hitting for more than 3. And so it's basically just Wow, that's cool. That's a solid card right there. Wow. Whew. Love me some Death Focus as Beast Note. Yeah, Death Focus is super solid. And then more likely plus defense now that I think about it. Oh, go to a 2/2/3. Yeah, because she has the support that can give her a +1 attack already, the Storm. So I think I mean she has really high attack potential. She starts at 2, she gets a +1 from the Storm to go up to 3. So I don't think Death Focus would work. Yeah, Death Focus is a hero action, not a resource. So it would not work for this card, unfortunately, but Blast of Wind, superpower, Death Focus would work for this one. Choose a player, deal 3 damage to the villain, and each minion engaged with that player resolve the special ability. That card is sweet. That card is super sweet. 3 damage to each minion. I mean that's. Oh wow, that's really cool. Death Focusable. Is that an adjective? Is that something that you're allowed to say? But really cool, and you just get that special ability. So if it is the Calm Day, this is only a 2 cost because you're going to be able to just refresh it. Hey, Magic Jerry Fresh, everyone hyped for Storm? Just me waiting for my boy Gambit. I am so excited for Gambit. I like Gambit, who has not been announced. Speculation of Gambit. I'm really excited for the speculation of Gambit. Welcome to the chat. Death Focus required in all X-Men decks. I'm hoping we get a mutant specific card. I wouldn't be surprised if we did get a mutant specific one for Death Focus. I don't see why. Like, we got energy, we've got, oh dang it, counterattack, or we got a couple in Wolverine. We got Perseverance and Colossus that are just alt art. I do hope that they do some more alt arts for X-Men. From a cursory glance, nothing about her kit feels way out there, but I could be wrong. Yeah. I don't think anything seems super like overpowered necessarily. I just think that it's really interesting, and I love the fact that it's a hero that changes the game for everyone. Hey, Magic Moose Moo. Ooh, Storm. Yeah, Storm got announced today, and so we're just running through it because I'm not going to have time to make a video, and so we're just experiencing the joy of a new hero together. Okay, so yeah, you're definitely going to be running Death Focus in here because you're at least probably, my guess is you're probably getting 1, maybe 2 copies. This is 14 out of 15, and yeah, so that's the last Storm card. So my guess is 2 copies of this. Probably 2 copies of this. Yeah, because this would be 12, 13. Yeah, 12 and 13 is probably Flash Freeze. Torrential Rain is 7. So we're missing a couple cards here. So I'm looking at the card count here, 7 to 12. So my guess is Torrential Rain is 2, and we probably have one that interacts with Storm. Like Storm. Yeah. Really cool. That's the hero of Storm, and we'll dive into the leadership cards here in a second. But all in all, I am very excited for her. Being primarily a solo player, she is interesting, but I think she's going to thrive in the multiplayer scene, and like she'll definitely be one that like I will build for, like the Marvel Champions nights and everything, where people come together, because she feels like she can be very supporty, which is what I enjoy in games like this. Josh, I mean a differently named card, so we have both. Oh, okay. Death Focus is so auto-include. I like to see something for mutants. Oh, okay. That would be really cool. That'd be really cool. Like, play if you have a mutant or X-Men trait, and every time you play a super power, do X. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. I'd be all about that. Okay, so she comes with a precon of leadership. Okay, so we got Mirage here. So 3, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Response after Mirage enters play. Choose an enemy whose scheme is less than Mirage's thwart. Stun that enemy. Okay. Okay. Really cool. So that could be a minion or in some villain scenarios that could be a stage 1, maybe a stage 2 of a villain. So very scenario specific, which that is not a complaint whatsoever. I am a huge fan of having cards that are like kind of slated for specific scenarios. I think that's like really cool. Whereas like you're probably not going to play this against maybe Thanos or something, but you will play this against someone who has one scheme like a Rhino or something. Silent Al, she's an X-Men. Of course she will be better in a team. That's very true. Yeah, but she seems like a cleric, and that she'll be buffing other members of the group. Yeah, that's a really concise and excellent way to describe that. Because yeah, X-Men love the team, but she does feel like she is, instead of like, getting buffed, she is doing the buffing. And so I think there's going to be some really cool. Don't forget the training card that could buff or thwart. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So buff or thwart up to 3, and that just makes it a significantly better play. That 2 thwart is nice. You can probably only hit it for 1 unless you have like team training in play, and then you can combo off multiple uses of that thwart. But it's like so now that I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of comparing her to Mockingbird. So Mockingbird is a 3 cost, a 1/1/3, and she can stun anyone or stun the villain. So it feels like a Maria Hill Ironheart situation. But I'm not convinced that Mirage is necessarily that much better than Mockingbird. Interesting. Alrighty, so we got Pixie over here. So this is a 2 cost, love me a 2 cost ally, a 1/2/2, 2 consequential, so she can just kill herself right off the bat. After you play Pixie from your hand, add an X-Men ally from your discard pile to your hand. Huge. That's incredible. That makes this a 1 cost card effectively, because you can use it for a resource, or you can go grab Mirage, or you can go grab someone that you need. Oh, that's cool. Danger Room. Let's see if we can find Danger Room real quick. Is that in Cyclops? Danger Room, here we go. After an X-Men ally enters after an X-Men ally enters play, exhaust Danger Room, search your deck and discard pile for a training upgrade and attach it to that ally. Any player whose alter ego has a mutant trait may trigger this ability. Okay, so yeah, so this is an alter ego response, and so if you have Danger Room on the table, yeah, I would say you can do that. So because Danger Room is the response to her entering play, and then the response window is still open, and so you can go attach that and then follow up with her response, since you get to choose the order of responses. So yeah, I would say that would work. I like that. That's a really cool combo. Just seeing how all of those kind of pieces work together, that's pretty sick. In addition to our weather-centric cards, solid spread of new leadership cards. Cry out to me, my X-Men. To me, my X-Men, a 1 cost event. Play only if your identity has the X-Men trait. I love seeing stuff like that. Search the top 5 cards of your deck for an X-Men ally and put it into play. If that ally is still in play at the end of the phase, add it. Oh my gosh, that's sweet. That's cool. That's so cool. That combos off really well with Mirage, right? It's because that is really nice art. Yeah, Magic Moves Move. It is really cool art. But I mean, it works with Mirage because it's after she enters play. This is putting into play, so it's not playing from your hand. So you run huge amounts of X-Men allies and find ones that have entering play abilities or stuff like this. Does not work with Pixie because after you play Pixie from your hand, but it would work with like a Mirage or a couple of the other. Let's see if we can just see if there's any other. Beast, after Beast enters play, search your deck and discard pile for a resource card and add to your hand. So I mean, that's incredible. Okay, so that combos super well with Beast, right? Because you can put Beast in for 1, go grab a resource card. Beast is going to stick around. He's going to come back to your hand, and then you have a resource card to play him at the end of or after the next turn. That's cool. Or you can use the resource card to. I like that. After Blindfold enters play, look at the top 5 cards in the encounter deck. Discard one of those cards and put the rest back in any order. Okay, this card's gonna be really. This card's gonna be sick. There's gonna be some shenanigans going on with this card. Mirage we've seen, Pixie we've seen, and add them with your leadership skill. So leadership skill, max 1 per player, 3 counters. When an ally makes a basic thwart or basic attack action, remove 1 leadership counter. That ally gets +1 thwart and +1 attack for that action. Oh, very cool. Yeah. I mean that's basically a 1 for 3 thwart, which is pretty good. But I'm pretty sure there's some pretty sweet combos that can be comboed off there. Maddie, honestly, I prefer these control type characters. Damage is relatively easy to come by, easy go, but board control is crucial. Absolutely, could not agree with you more right there. And I like that we're seeing the card pool expand to where we do see a lot more of these control type heroes, because that's how I like. Those are kind of the heroes that I really enjoy. And like not even in Marvel Champions, but just in like games, I really like the control support type characters, and so seeing more of those makes me happy. Actually, you know what? I don't know if I like this card. Like now that I'm thinking about it, it's a 1 cost for 3 thwart over 3 rounds. It's like a slightly better Snoop or surveillance team, but you still have to have an ally. But so I don't know. That's I'm sure that there's some shenanigans that I'm just not thinking of right now. Maybe someone in the chat can think of something, but it's flexibility, I guess. Like +1 thwart, +1 attack. You can run. Nope, you can run one of them. I don't know. So far, we don't see any status card access for Storm herself, though that could change. Yep. Yeah, because we are missing a couple of cards. Once you've established your team of Uncanny X-Men, oh, it's a support. It's a 3-cost support. This feels like a Mighty Avengers card. Max 1 team card per player. Each one of your X-Men allies get +1 hit point. If each one of your characters has the X-Men trait, each one of your X-Men allies costs 1 fewer resource to play. Oh, that's cool. Josh, the command team for multiple uses? No, because it's just for that. It's just for that action. It's not until the end of the round. So if you can command team and use this again, but it's still just a 1 for 3. If there, Cyclops card that reduces consequential. Yeah, if this was until the end of the phase and this cost 2, that would be significantly. We'd be having a different conversation, but I'm not sure. I mean, you're supposed to have aspect in this expansion, right? So leadership and protection, be able to heal your allies and have them fight. Yeah. If we see some ally heal, that'd be really interesting. I like that. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of this one. I don't see how this one makes it into our deck with the current cards that are released. But Silent Al, I was wondering if she would have any synergy with Black Panther since they were married for a while in the comics. That was one thing that I noticed. She's not Wakanda traded, which kind of surprised me. But I was kind of hoping that we would see something that played off Wakanda a little bit and give Black Panther a little bit of a boost. You don't have to exhaust leadership skill. Yeah, you're right. So you don't have to exhaust this, so you can hit it. You if you had 3 allies, you could hit 1 each time. So that's a good point. So it's not as slow as I thought. But I mean, when you are building, you have 25 to 35 cards to play with. This one, Will anyone ever play the Avengers anymore? How did I miss that? How did I miss Beast? Oh, there it is. Guardians again. There's so much hype around X-Men. I'm too poor to play X-Men for a while, so me. I mean, yeah, I think so. And like a lot of these cards are not X-Men kind of focused, but so it does open up options for older heroes, which is something that I've always said is a really cool thing. But what I mean, like when X-Men drops, they're dropping so many X-Men, which is absolutely not a complaint whatsoever. But I mean, it was kind of the same with like Spider-Man. When Spider-Man dropped, everyone was playing Spider-Man. So, but there are more X-Men than Spider-Man. Call on Forge. Oh, that's sweet art. Forge is a 2/1/1/2 X-Men traded, or a 1 if you have that team card Uncanny X-Men. After Forge enters play, search your deck and discard pile for an X-Men or an X-Force support and add it to your hand. Sweet. I love Tutor. Tutors for X-Men or X-Force support. We don't have any in this pack, do we? But I guess that would be like Danger Room, Utopia. So there are a couple, but we'll see. Me too, buddy. I've accepted the fact I'm not getting X-Men for a while. Then Nelson does the stream like this, and I want to buy so bad. So here's hoping for that $50 gift card win. Yep. So that reminds me, we are doing a giveaway. If you type in !giveaway, actually, you know what? I'm at my computer. I can do it right now. You can follow that link, and it will tell you how to win a new game. Possessed by Shadowcat. So, oh wait, hold on, we missed one. Shiny new support. There's the support that we were looking for. Oh, that looks sick. That looks so sweet. Have they announced other X-Force card or just X-Men for now? That's a good question. I kind of just glossed over that, but I think it's only been X-Men so far. Does anyone else know? I think it's just been X-Men. Why do I feel like I keep scrolling through Phoenix? Nelson, stop telling people. There's just more chances for you to lose. Y'all have been doing crazy though. So like I posted that around 850 subscribers, and part of that is that we are doing another giveaway, which I have not done the announcement on what that is yet. Once we hit 1,000, we're up to 934. So good job, everyone. Really excited for that. So if you don't win this one, you may win the next one, Beast Snow. So how do the cycles work? Are cards within the cycles intended to build an optimized deck within the cycle, or do you still pull from previous cycles? I would say you still pull from previous cycles, but typically all the cards inside of one cycle are under a similar theme. So like there's the Spider-Man cycle where they all kind of built off of X-Men, or the Avengers cycle where they were all X-Men, and you saw cards that if all your allies are X-Men, then they do this. And then the villains in that cycle are typically always pulled from like the X-Men comics or the Avengers comics. This may be tipping their hand a bit on future characters then. I'm fine with that. Seeing cables like Cable, Cannonball, Domino, that's really cool. That's really cool because it does say X-Force support. And I don't know if that's cool. That's kind of exciting. That's fun. That's really fun. What does the X-Jet do? Exhaust the X-Jet, generate a wild resource for a player whose identity has the X-Men trait? Okay, well there you go. There's Quinn Carrier. But way better Quinn Carrier. Because Quinn Carrier can't be used for anybody, but this can be. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's crazy. This is like they took the Helicarrier and Quinn Carrier and mushed them together and made an epic card. Wow. Okay. I mean, like, I guess the issue here is you can't probably use this in alter ego form, where you can with the Quinn Carrier. You have to play it in hero form, but you can use it in alter ego form. But you can be in alter ego form and give this resource to somebody. Oh my gosh, I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited for that. And this can be grabbed with Forge. So you can tutor it too. You can tutor it in basic. Hey, that's cool. That's really fun. Because you run Forge, XJet, and then oh my gosh, that's sweet. That's really cool. Who do you hunch the next 4 characters will be? Do you expect a Magneto deck within the cycle or this next? I think this is the last hero announced for this cycle, I believe, because they're doing 4 on release day. Or did they say that they're doing 8 heroes in this cycle? Because they've announced 6 now, right? Because we got Cyclops, Shadowcat, and Colossus in here, Cyclops, Phoenix, Wolverine, and now Storm. So I think there are actually maybe 2 more. The next 4, I want to see Gambit. You thought 8? Okay, yeah, that's where my mind went to, because I think it was more than normal. It was more, they were releasing more than they were typically. I would love to see a Gambit. I would love to see a Beast. 8. We'll get another green and another yellow. Good call, Josh. Yeah, good call. So I would love to see Gambit. I would love to see Beast. I think Beast is kind of low on the list. Mystique would be really cool. I'm interested in the mechanics of how they would run with Mystique. But Silent Owl, you'd love to see Nightcrawler. Yes, Nightcrawler would be so cool. I don't expect a Magneto to be a green or a yellow. Yeah, that's fair. Live-ish. Hey, you picture Rogue and Gambit this wave, them maybe Cable, Bishop, Domino as X-Force. That's probably the most likely. As we see that, and we see kind of an X-Force type situation with Cable, Bishop, Rogue, and Gambit. I want to see Gambit, but I'm with you, Silent Out. I would love to see a Nightcrawler and see what happens with that. Beast No, sad news. I believe Queen Elizabeth passed away. That feels weird even in the US. That is really sad. She's been, wow, that's awful news. Wow. She was like 96, right? Wow. Whew. Josh, Nightcrawler could be green? Yeah, I would love to see a green Nightcrawler deck. Silent Owl, I wonder if they do another Wolverine X-Force gear. I mean, there's precedent for that with all the Spideys, right? So, and Wolverine's such a beloved character, just like Spider-Man's such a beloved character, that I would not be surprised if they did that at all. Okay, Possessed by Shadow. So the Shadow King, this is the modular set, I assume, that comes with it, just like the Wolverine Hero Pack. Storm includes a brand new modular encounter set featuring the Shadow King, a 3/3/6. While a controlled minion is in play, the Shadow King cannot take damage. Search your encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of the Possessed attachment and reveal it. So the Possessed attachment is treat the, oh gosh, no, it's the, oh no. Treat the attached ally as a controlled minion with the blank text. Oh, the blank text box attached scheme. Yep, attached to the ally with the lowest thwart without Possessed attached. If you cannot, this card gains Surge. Oh no, I hate them taking our allies. I would love to see them all green decks. I'm okay if they just only print green cards from here on out. That'd be nice. Ally into a minion, turning your friends into foes at the blink of an eye. I like the idea, but it can be so detrimental. You definitely tech against it when you're playing. But, I mean, we've seen 2 of the 5 cards, so I wonder what else we're going to see in there. But that's a beefy minion, and I do like this. While a controlled minion is in play, so you do have to take care of it. Poor Hulk's going to get it controlled. Glowest Thwart, he has 0. He's negative, or a dash, right? So I actually don't even know how they would do that. Storm on the horizon. With her incredible ability to control the weather, Storm is a powerful hero and an iconic member of the X-Men. Look forward to taking on Magneto and the brother. Ooh, Magneto. Hey, there we go. Oh yeah, wait, no, they already announced that. I was in my in my hero pre-order this fall. Okay, so my guess is that we're getting X-Men We're getting Mutant Genesis, I believe, on the 30th. Oh wait, you can't see my calendar. We're getting X-Men on September 30th. So my guess is that we'll see the 25th. That feels like a little late. Plus that's Thanksgiving. Could it be an October release? Could we see like a 8/28 release? Interesting. Bahamut is treated as 0 for game effects. Cool. Okay. Curveball, Brotherhood box with X-Men bosses. Ooh, there you go. Yeah, I know a lot of people are curious to see if they're going to do what following the path that like Legendary did, where Legendary had legendary villains where you played as villains against heroes. That'd be kind of cool. Silent Al, you'd love to see a Magneto villain deck, then later a Magneto hero deck or an ally card since he switches sides so much. Yeah, kind of like what they were doing with Nebula and everything. It'd be really cool. That'd be really, really cool. Mystique is kind of like that too. I didn't think I knew that. It's Disney Plus Day for anyone who hasn't seen the new Thor. Oh, does that mean that it's Thor's out? I mean, I don't read a lot of comics, but still. I don't either. I need to. I keep asking people what I should read, and then I never read them, unfortunately. Silent Al, do you know if libraries have comics that you can read for free, like digitally? Or is that part of like a digital collection? Thor's on Disney Plus? No? Sweet. Okay, cool. I still haven't seen Thor. So many X-Men people are anti-hero, change size regularly. Plus new Pinocchio and other things. Oh, okay, cool. I think Mystique was X-Force for a while. It's tough to keep up with comics in all their universe. There is a lot going on. There's a lot going on out there. But, yeah, very cool. I am really excited for this pack. I think this pack kind of flips the standard hero set on its head, because we're seeing stuff that buffs everyone on the table. It's like Streets of Mayhem as hero form. Just really cool. Silent Out, yes, check to see if your library is Hoopla Digital, so you can download digital versions of comics right for free. That sounds amazing. I'm going to definitely do that. Libraries are a great source, and digital usually. Awesome. Thanks, Josh. Yeah, so go read all of the... Actually, hold on. Let me check them out first if you're in the Ohio, Indiana area, and then you can go check them out after me. I'm really excited for this. I think that this is going to be just a really cool hero. And I'm looking forward to getting her to the table. We'll definitely run a stream with her. We'll definitely do like the hero spotlights that we're about to hop over to, but we'll definitely do a multiplayer stream with her, because I called dibs on the multiplayer stream. I want to play Storm. Beauty of Hoopla Digital, they're always available. Oh, really cool. So you don't have to worry about them being checked out. That's cool. Interesting. Okay. Very fun. Awesome. So that is Storm. We are now we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna get a refill on my drinks, and then we're gonna hop over to the table. We're gonna start Ms. Marvel. We're doing a hero spotlight. The goal is to play 4 games with Ms. Marvel. We're playing against Brotherhood of the Badoon, and so my guess is that we can probably push. Ms. Marvel's a really strong character, so I'm thinking that we may be able to push through the 4 games. This took a little bit longer than I was expecting, which is not a bad thing. It's just an observation. But if we don't get through all 4, maybe we'll hop back in before I go on vacation next week. So see you all very soon. We'll open back up with the table here in a sec.